Hi, I'm Heaven Taylor Wynn, and today I'm sitting down with Ra'Nyah Brinson and Michelle Mann. Both are St. Petersburg natives, and we're going to discuss what opportunities are available to youth in our community and how this BIPOC youth initiative can connect those youth and set them up for success. It's going to be a great conversation. I hope you stay tuned. Hi, I'm Heaven Taylor Wynn. I am born and raised in St. Petersburg. I'm 23 years old, and I am a consultant for Spitfire Strategies based in Washington, D.C.
Hi, my name is Ra'Nyah Brinson. I attend the Bogosiega High School. I'm in 11th grade in the Medical Magnet program. I'm 16 years old.
Hi, my name is Michelle Mann, and I'm also a resident, born and raised in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm an entrepreneur, I have my own business, and I work at SPC, and I'm a community advocate.
And so can you tell me a little bit about some of the conversations each of you have been having in the working groups? What are some of the challenges that young people are facing in St. Petersburg right now? Perhaps you go first, Ra'Nyah.
Okay. Well, we discussed how a lot of young black men, they stay in St. Petersburg or they're looking for a way out through like music or athlete, like looking for D1, when we were talking about how there are different opportunities for you to engage in instead.
What are some of those opportunities, do you think?
One analogy that we discussed is a movie per se. Like people often want to be an actor, but they don't know like the behind the scenes roles, like the producers, directors, the production.
I'm really curious to hear from you. Since you're in high school right now, you still have a little bit more time before you graduate. Right now, do you see yourself moving back to St. Petersburg after you graduate high school, or if you choose to go to college? Do you want to live here long term?
St. Petersburg is changing a lot of gentrification and things like that. So that's a question that I'm gonna have to weigh out.
Like, it's becoming inaccessible for, younger folks like us to try to want to build a life here because there's folks coming here who are driving up the prices and it's not attractive anymore. Is that right?
That's right. I feel like they are bringing more attractions here. They're building a lot of apartments and stuff like that for northern people to come down and live here. But since I grew up here, it's very different. So it makes me want to get out there.
I'm curious to hear from you, Ra'Nyah. What are some other access points that you feel like people potentially don't have, like your peers, that maybe if a program like this BIPOC Leadership Initiative was around a few years ago that could support them? What are some other things that people don't know about or should know more about?
I feel as though they don't know about programs like this, for example. There are a lot of kids who are growing up, like being raised by their grandparents. They don't have the access. They're not being taught by their parents. They don't know how to network or get out there and get into different careers. They're not too focused on school. The poverty level makes it more so they're in the streets, involved in that type of activity instead of looking at programs that are like a reach out, a handout to help them and better themselves.
I'm curious to hear from you as a professional in this space, also an entrepreneur. I'm sure you interact with all kinds of people, BIPOC, non-BIPOC, black, white, whatever background in St. Pete. What are some of the differences you've seen in entrepreneurs, non-BIPOC versus BIPOC, that that BIPOC youth should need to know about if they want to choose that path like you have?
Well, one thing I can say too is that having financial knowledge, how to invest your money, how to make your money grow, how to understand when you begin to make money, how you should channel it, investments. I think that that's something that from an entrepreneur, an African American entrepreneur, that I was really not aware of. So just having that financial background, knowing that I can, save money, my money can grow, there are other opportunities, there are other connections I can make. And so I think that those things are really important.
I'm interested to hear more about the mentorship, because that's a theme that's come up a lot in some of these other conversations we've been having. So I want to hear, have you been in a part of any mentorship programs that have really been supportive and helped you?
No. Miss Michelle is more so a mentor to me, and when I got the chance to grasp from her and soak up whatever she was teaching me, I got to pour into other girls younger than me the things that I've learned.
So you're kind of paying it forward, right? What do you think in terms of the education piece?
Well, one of the things that I would say that scholarships is a big one, and then planning for college. I think that non-BIPOC families probably condition their kids that you're going to college, so they may have a pre-college fund, those types of things. They may make that type of investment. Also, the school that they're going to, they kind of groom them by showing them the school, connecting them, that family that has some connections to that school, visiting that campus. Whereas with BIPOC families, we're hoping to get that breakthrough, that opportunity. That athlete is looking for that scholarship, opportunity as a way out. And so just knowing those resources, I heard someone say that her son got over $1 million in scholarships yesterday. And so I said, wow, how do you do that? And it was a program. Never heard of the program. I said, can you send that to me? Let me share that with other people. I think that having the opportunity to go, but most people probably fear that I don't have the money.
Is there a parental piece to this program or programs
Absolutely.
like this?
Absolutely.
What do you think that would be?
I've given that some thought before. One of the things, before you sign your child up for, that type of community extracurricular activity, that there's a parent workshop, and not just one, there's a series of workshops. I've always looked at the fundamental school, and even though going to those parent meetings and running in there trying to get my card, but there was always something I walked away with.
I also want to add in there, she was talking about conflict solutions in the home, counseling. Black families don't really engage in counseling. They don't believe in counseling and that it can help and work, but that's also something that I see can be impactful, something that can be learned.
Is there anything else, Ra'Nyah, that you would like to expound upon that you think this program could support folks like you or other BIPOC youth in becoming great leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals in this community and really just making it a great place?
Right. I want to start off with comfortability, because everybody that comes to the program is going to be different and from different backgrounds. And like Miss Michelle stated, it all starts at home. So for children or youth who don't have that at home, this should be a place where it could be given to them.
So if I understand you, you're saying this program should be a safe space for people to learn and understand, because everyone's coming from a different level of understanding and a host of experiences. It should be a safe and a brave space for people to open up and be vulnerable. Is that right?
Yes.